Good morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are fine and doing well. This is your chemistry class and today we are going to revise our last topic of the chapter number 3, that is matter, and our today's revision topic is effect of heat on matter. First one is the physical change and the second one is the chemical change. So let's start our topic. So firstly you have to know about what is heat. What do you mean by heat? Heat is the amount of energy flowing from one body to another. The energy that is flowing from one body to another, that is called heat. Then here we have to see that the effect of heat. What are the changes occur due to the heat? First is the physical change and the second one is the chemical change. These are due to the effects of heat. First is the physical change and the second one is the chemical change. In physical change, there is a change of state and the change in size occur. So let's start with physical change first. Change of state. The change in the state from one medium to another, that is called the physical change or the change of state. When the state of one medium changes into the another medium, like if you have ice, then after heating it will get converted into the water form, that is liquid form, and after heating it will get converted into the vapor form. Okay, so here you can see the change in the states occur. So that is called the change of state. Okay, and the physical change. When a substance changes in its physical state, it needs some energy. When you have to change the ice into the water, then some energy is required for the ice to change it into the liquid form. So that energy depends upon the strength of the force between the particles. So that energy depends upon the strength, that how much strength of the ice have to break it down to convert it into the liquid form. Okay, so that much energy we have to apply on the ice so that it will break and form the water. So next is the change in the size. We can see in the case of solids, the particles are closely held with each other because of there are more intermolecular forces of attraction. The heat energy is applied is enough for them to overcome their attractive force. So on heating, the solid particles do not expand. Okay, so there is the less change, or you can say that the change in size doesn't occur in the case of solids. But in the case of liquids, there is a space between the molecules. Hence the intermolecular forces is not as strong as in the case of solid. So the molecules of the liquid gain energy and move further. If they move further, then the change in the size occur. Okay, so what will happen? They move apart from each other and there is a change in the size occur. And in the case of gases, the molecules are not bound by any kind of force. When the heat is applied, that heat increases the kinetic energy of the molecules and these molecules move away from each other very fast. Okay, so the change in size is maximum in case of gas and less in case of liquid and the least in case of the solid. So next is here we can see the intermolecular forces. The size depends upon the intermolecular forces. Okay, then some examples of physical change, or you can say that the change in size also, like water cycle, making alloys, making gold and silver jewelry, crystallization of salt, sugar, etc. These are the examples of physical change. Then the physical change is reversible in nature. What do you mean by reversible? Reversible means if you change solid into the liquid form, then you have to get the solid again from the liquid form. Okay, if you have to convert the ice into the water form, then again by cooling you have to get ice from that water. Okay, so the physical change is reversible in nature. Next one is the chemical change. When the substance changes into new substance by changing its composition, that is called the chemical change. When the substance changes into the new substance, when the new substance is formed, means the chemical composition changes, that is called the chemical change. Like candle burns, or when wax changes into carbon dioxide, carbon and some other gases. So this process is irreversible in nature, means you cannot form the wax again from these carbon dioxide, carbon and some other gases that are escaped, okay, after the burning of candle. So there are some other examples like cooking food, making ghee from butter. You have to make ghee from butter, but this is an irreversible process. You cannot form butter from the ghee. Okay. Next one is the digestion of food, then respiration and then rusting of iron. These are the examples of chemical change. Next is the difference between the physical change and the chemical change. Here this is the difference. First difference is change of state occur, means the solid changes into the liquid state and the liquid changes into the solid state. But here in the chemical change there is a change of chemical composition, means the substance changes into the new substance where chemical composition changes. Next one is the no new substance is formed. Here no new substance is formed, but here the new substance is formed. So the physical change is reversible in nature, means you can get ice from the water and water from the ice, and this is the irreversible process, means you can get ghee from butter but not butter from the ghee. Okay, so this is irreversible in nature. Next point is original substances can be brought back. You have to get the original substances. Like if you start from the solid like ice, then you can again get the ice. Okay, here original substance cannot be brought back. No heat change occur. In the physical change there is no heat change occur. But in the chemical change, sometimes the heat is evolved and sometimes the heat is absorbed. Okay, so this is our last video on the chapter, that is matter and its composition. So thanks.